Hi everybody, this is Kare, and I want to spend a little time with you today to talk about what I believe is the most important thing you can be doing right now. This is really unusual times, very significant times, very important times, and I think this is the most important time for you to be taking really, really good care of yourself on all levels: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. Hi, Deborah and Janet. You know, the people that are tuning in, this is the message for you. It's time to take the best care of yourself that you possibly can. We're living in toxic soup. We're breathing in air that's filled with chemicals and toxins and bad energy, and we're drinking it in our water. I don't care how good your house water filter is or your sink water filter is. It's not good enough. It's not filtering out everything so the water we're drinking is pure and clean. There's just too much toxins in our environment. And then look at the food that you eat. God knows I try to do the best I can and to eat clean and organic and just, things from Mother Nature, but everything has been tainted. And then if you drink, eating stuff that's out of a box, there's like no hope for that being really, really clean and perfect. I buy the best of the best, but it's expensive and it's hard. But there's one food that I am so convinced is the most important food to be putting in your body. I put it at the top of my grocery list, and it's the first thing I put in my body in the morning. Micronized purple rice. Not the bag of purple rice that you can get at your grocery store. This is a very, very rare form of rice. It is grown in Thailand, only one place on earth that it's being grown right now. And it's grown in the most clean, perfect soils that can be found. They've never used chemicals, pesticides, or GMOs there. Doesn't mean stuff doesn't fall out of the air, but it's as clean as it can be on our planet. And then what they do with it is they take out the nutrients. So it's very concentrated, pure nutrients right from Mother Nature. It takes 100 pounds of this rice to get 1 pound of nutrients. That's how powerfully concentrated it is. And then they mill it to the size of a micron. So what that means is, because of all these toxins in our air, food, and water, our bodies, in its infinite wisdom, has made our cell membranes hard and resistant to keep out the toxins. Well, it keeps out a lot of our nutrients too, because most of them just don't get broken down small enough to get through this resistant, hard cell membranes. But the micronized purple rice does. It's been milled down to the size of a micron. It's so tiny that when you mix it with water and drink it, it is absorbed right through the cell membranes of your gums, cheeks, throat, esophagus, stomach. It doesn't even have to go through the whole digestive process because most of it gets absorbed before it even gets to the stomach. So let me show you what it is, because I do this every morning and every evening. I start out, I put it in a little bit of water. This is like 1.5 ounces of water. It is purple, see? It's purple powder. And what I do, let me just mix some up and I'll show you how I take it. The bottle says, mix it in a big glass of water. Duh. I don't know, whoever wrote the instructions hasn't tried to do that. Because what happens when you mix it in a big glass of water, it looks perfectly fine. But by the time you drink the whole glass of water, most of it's right on the bottom. The powder's on the bottom because it's so tiny, it's micronized, slips right between the water molecules. So I just put that, I put 1.5 teaspoons of the powder, and I shake it up. I do this when I get out of bed first thing in the morning. And then I drink it. And I sort of swirl it a little bit more. Oops. Be careful. So, I love it. It kind of tastes like baby rice cereal, only it's liquid. I do that first thing in the morning, and that will fuel my days. And then I do it right before bed. An ounce and a half of water, 1.5 heaping teaspoons of the powder. Drink it right before I go to bed because the body heals when you're sleeping, and you'll sleep sounder and deeper and get into that healing space if you've got everything the body needs to do what it needs to do at night. So, and then if I'm having a really bad day, like I'm really tired or really stressed or really hurting, I'll have another serving or two because those are signs and symptoms that my body's out of fuel. So this is the most perfect fuel you can put in your body. Hey, Janet and Dottie and Rebecca. Nice to see you. So what's it doing? It goes in, it fuels the mitochondria. It has polysaccharide sugars. That is exactly what was created to fuel our cells, our mitochondria, which are the cellular batteries. And it's absolutely, totally natural. This is what was created for our cells. It also puts in all the polypeptides. That's like everything else, including every single amino acid. Amino acids are the building blocks of cells, and protein. And I really noticed a difference because I've been a vegetarian for most of my life. And when I started using this, it was like I felt, like I was grounded. It was like I had a lot of protein. And then I realized amino acids. And then it has loads and loads and loads of anthocyanins. Anthocyanins are the highest frequency purple antioxidants. So I don't even take loads of vitamin C anymore. I've got so many antioxidants from this high frequency purple one that it's so good. So that's kind of what it is, what it does when it gets into the body and the cells get the energy that they're supposed to have, then everything starts functioning at a higher level. Seriously, everything. The body will get rid of toxins because all of a sudden the body's got energy to flush out the cells. It's got energy to do what you need to do for thinking. People's brain fog goes away. Mental clarity comes back. This is food. This does what food's supposed to do. Our only problem is most of our foods don't do this, so we don't recognize what food's supposed to do, but this is it. Micronized purple rice. And when we started this, almost 8 years ago, it was because my husband had been sent home to die. He was in liver and kidney failure, and he had a mass on his kidney like the size of a grapefruit, and they couldn't operate because his heart was too bad. And they just said, there's nothing else we can do. Go get your affairs in order. And I've been in natural healing and energy medicine for 50 years. God knows I have tried everything. Believe me. and nothing was working for him. We were taking so many supplements. I think that was a problem because, you put a supplement in your body and your body goes, what's that? That's not food. And then it's got to figure out how to break it down, which takes a lot of energy. And then most of it is still too big to get into the cells. And so then your body has to waste a lot more energy to figure out what to do with it and get rid of it. And sometimes it can't get rid of it. And so then it's got to store it in your liver, in your fat cells, in your kidneys, in wherever. And then that causes problems. So my friend came over, looked at Charles and said, "Oh dear God, you got to get him on micronized purple rice." And I laughed at her, like, right. With everything we're doing, rice is going to fix this? And then she told me about her mother, who she put her mother on this, who had leukemia and dementia. And her mother is basically symptom-free. And I said, get me that stuff quick. And within 3 weeks, his skin tone went from yellow-gray to pink. He started peeing again and feeling better. It was like a miracle. And then everything just started getting better. And I was also taking it, at least 3 heaping teaspoons a day. But I wasn't noticing a difference. And it came to about the 3rd month, and I'm thinking, well, it works for him and it doesn't work for me. And I was going to stop it because I really wasn't noticing anything major. Just, maybe subtly a little more energy, subtly a little bit better sleep, but, nothing hit me in the head and went, whoa, look at this, like it did with Charles. And then I had a blood test, and my cholesterol was down, by 73 points. My blood pressure was perfect to get. All these things that I hadn't been paying any attention to were better. So I said, well, it's working. It's just working from the inside out, which is what it does. It works from the inside out. Dottie's just saying, I've been taking purple rice since September 2015. I will never be without it. It saved my life. Dottie's story is amazing. Hi, Dottie. And there's Denise and Carol. Hey, Carol. Yeah, this is the best food you can put in your body. And I don't know of anything that doesn't get better. There's a few things that, like with my husband, his atrial fibrillation didn't go away. I was hoping it would, but it didn't. But this is 8 years after he was sent home to die, And I'm 72, and I feel better than I have for a very, very long time. I have no medical issues left, and it's all because of this and another product that I take. That's it. I have 2 things that are 100% from Mother Nature with absolutely no synthetics or anything added to preserve it or whatever. So this is the best food. And I don't care what your condition is. This will help. It will help on the physical basis. It will help on the mental, emotional basis. My background is in psychotherapy, and I have seen people with anxiety, depression, bipolar, ADHD, autism, Alzheimer's, dementia, memory issues, just feeling so much better because they're giving the body what it needs so it can start functioning the way it was meant to. It's that simple. I love things that are simple, don't you? And I don't even know if there's anything else I need to say. I haven't seen any questions come up here. But, if you are asking about any kind of condition, I don't know of any kind of condition that this is not going to fuel the cells so that system, that organ, can do what it's meant to do and function at a higher level. So I don't know of anything that's not going to respond to fueling the cells. So I wanted to share that with you today. I've got, almost 25,000 people eating this amazing food in the last almost 8 years. And like Dottie going, I'll never be without this. Dottie started this almost this right after we'd been on it for just a short time, and I started telling friends, you got to look at this, you got to try this. So she's had some real amazing experiences. So has everybody that has used this, enough of it long enough to really start feeling, because it's not a quick fix, like for me. I didn't feel it right away because it was working in a system that you don't feel. Like, you don't feel your circulatory system unless it's so stressed out or so blocked up. You don't feel cholesterol. You don't, but after that, then another, Lynn just asked, is the pill form as effective as the powder? Actually, and Pam asked the same question. When we first got started, my husband hated the powder because we didn't know how to take it right yet. And he doesn't drink big glasses of water. So we talked to the company. They actually started the capsules, just encapsulating the powder for Charles. And they did it by hand at first. They really wanted him to get better and to for us to talk about this, because we've always, we've got a following of people that listen to us for health advice. And so they did this. They bent over backwards to make capsules. And so the first things that started happening with him were from the capsules. They work. And I always say there's good, better, and best. As long as you're getting it in the body, it is going to work, and it's good. I think best, though, is the powder in water, because when you mix it in water and get it in your mouth, it's absorbed immediately through your mouth, your throat, your esophagus. If you take it in capsules, it's got to lay there, and you've got to have some digestive enzymes and acids to break it down. So it takes longer. And, depending on your digestion. But does it work? Yes. And does it work if you mix it in your food? We've got probably as many dogs and cats eating this as we do people, and we tell them, just sprinkle it on your dog food or your cat's food. So can you put it in your shake or sprinkle it on your salad? You can. It's got to go through the whole digestive process, though. So, I used to carry around like a little salt shaker that had it in, and whenever I'd go to a restaurant, which we're not doing right now, I would shake it on my salad. And it's amazing. The very first person that I shared this with came from, what do you sprinkle it on your salad? It's purple. And I told her, and she wanted some. So, hey, Cindy and Donna. Dottie says she makes hers into a porridge and holds it under her tongue for a few minutes. If you just put the powder and a little bit of water and mix it, it makes like a little porridge. And that's what she's talking about. And a lot of people do that. So, as long as you're getting it in, it's working. And hers is just with water. So, the reason she's putting it under her tongue is to get it to be absorbed and to go into her bloodstream as well, because you can use it sublingually. So, this is the best stuff I know of as far as food goes. And when I look back, what was I? I don't even know how old I was 66 when I started this. And I had bleeding gums. I didn't even remember that I had that until a couple days ago. Somebody was talking about that. I had bleeding gums. I had acid reflux, Barrett's syndrome, which is a precancerous condition of the esophagus. I had a large hiatal hernia. They were gone by month 4. I had an endoscopy, and they were gone. She was shocked. My gastroenterologist. I was too. Although I hadn't had any acid reflux for several months. Arthritis. I used to be a skater and a gymnast. I used to have a lot of aches and pains. I just have one left. It's because I've got bone on bone in a hip. I'm doing something else to help regenerate that. I think it's working. What else did I have? Oh, varicose veins used to stand out and get really big, and they would get hot and hard, and I used to put ice packs on my legs. And I mean, that went away, and I didn't even notice that it went away. But it's because my circulation got better. Everything gets better, you know? What else? I used to have cracked heels. I used to have really, really thin fingernails. Look. Yeah, it's like everything is functioning at a higher level. My hair is thicker, although it's never going to be real thick. And there's no gray. There's just so much that your body needs that this has. So I wanted to just take some time. I know there's a lot of new people in our group that are saying, "What is it? What is it?" So if you're one of those, one of your friends is probably eating it and invited you or put your name into our group. So anyway, that's it. Oh, and I'm just getting a message. It says low network connection. So I hope you're seeing this or hearing this, because I'm not sure. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I've always got specials. You can start with as little as 2 bottles for $65 each and then get one free. I've got a special right now going on. You can get 5 bottles for $1.99. The more you buy at one time, the less expensive it is. My specials are not on my website. My website is up there. So if you call me, and my phone number's up there too, or down there, 727-798-8764. I can answer your questions. I can help you get this. I can be your health coach. And it's time to take care of yourself. And if you're already eating this, you might think about doubling up if you're not feeling as good as you want to. So anyway, blessings for your health. Stay warm. This is just crazy weather, crazy politics, crazy times. And it's so important that we take care of ourselves, our family, our friends. Because we've got work to do. And it's not easy work. We need to be as healthy as we can to do it. So blessings. Call me. Love to talk with you. Talk to you soon. Bye now.